साहब, आपके एक बड़े नेता हैं अकबरुद्दीन ओवैसी, एक अलेज्ड हेट स्पीच का केस था, उनको क्लीन चिट कौन से कोर्ट ने दिया सर?
कोर्ट ने दिया, और कोर्ट का जो है फैसला हम जो है सब लोग मानते हैं। मगर जिस तरीके से अब मैं ये कहता हूं कि जहां पे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी रहते हैं वहां पे उनके घर के नीचे मस्जिद है, और जो टाइम्स नो का जो ऑफिस है उसके नीचे भी मस्जिद है, और मैं ये केस लेकर अगर अदालत में जाता हूं तो क्या अदालत मेरा केस सुनेगी? क्या सर्वे कराएगी?
नहीं तो
क्या
आपको
खुदाई करेगी?
अदालत पे भरोसा है? अदालत क्या करेगी ये मैं कैसे बता दूं? आप बोलिए कि आप, मैं जहां बैठा हूं ये वक्फ की जमीन है। जब एक मिनट, जब वक्फ वाले बकवास करते हैं कि पार्लियामेंट में ये है, पार्लियामेंट हमारी संपत्ति है, तब आप लोग कुछ नहीं बोलते? तब देश में आग नहीं लग रहा है?
देखिए सुनिए, अरे सुनिए, रुकिए सर, रुकिए। आप ये बताइए, वक्फ बोर्ड जिस स्टेट के हैं वो वहां के स्टेट के जो होल्डर हैं वो दावा करते हैं या कोई मुसलमान दावा करता है, ये बताइए।
मैं आपसे बस एक सीधा सवाल पूछ रहा हूं। जब ओवैसी जूनियर को क्लीन चिट मिलता है तब आप बोलते हैं कि कोर्ट सही है। वो भी लोअर कोर्ट थी।
सुनिए सर, सुनिए,
वो भी लोअर कोर्ट थी जो बैरिस्टर साहब है। सुनिए, मैं आपको एक बात बता देता हूं, हाजिर अंग्रेज,
ये गलत बात है, ये गलत बात है आपकी।
Mr. Barrister, who does not come and speak to us, he should stop misleading the people because you're playing with fire. इस तरह, before we get into the political blame game, just on the matter of principle, is this how Samvidhan will be saved?
Pranesh, we are on a very dangerous new territory and people are still underestimating the strategy being employed. 2 days ago on your debate, which I later tweeted, I read out certain tweets by so-called journalist Miss Rana Ayyub, Miss Arfa Khanunam, where they are indirectly blaming, and some directly other accounts are blaming, the former Chief Justice for the violence which has happened in Sambal. Not the mobs, not the people taking law in their hand. A judgment in a completely separate case is being blamed for that, and that is painting a target on the judiciary. And these people who do these dog whistles know exactly what they are doing on social media to encourage the mobs on ground. So that I spoke on your channel 2 days ago, in fact your show itself. Now what has happened, we have gone one step above that, we have gone one step beyond that. The reason for it is very simple. When Parliament passes a law, you want to do a Shaheen Bagh so that you frustrate that law, don't let it be implemented. Now that strategy may have worked for a few days or a few months, but that has a threshold limit after which it won't work. So the next strategy used to be that we trust in courts, knowing that courts take its time, they take 3, 4, 5 years for a dispute to be settled. But that time has elapsed. Now judgments are coming, and when judgments are coming which are not in favor, all those people who used to say we have immense faith in judiciary, we have immense faith in judiciary, now are attacking the judiciary and giving very provocative and very dangerous statements for the first time in the history of India on courts directly. And how are you allowing people sitting here using terms like Sanghi judges? We have had a history in this country where a justice of the Bombay High Court who attended the funeral of Guruji was not made a judge of the Supreme Court by Congress government only because he went to a funeral. So that has been the history in this country. And to use such provocative and dangerous statements, I think is a well thought out strategy. I hope the government is monitoring all those people employing that strategy, because this is the final frontier now. Our judiciary is independent, it's strong, it routinely strikes down laws made by the parliament.
And by the way, Ishtaran,
extraordinary power.
Ishtaran, by the way, this is, you know, let's not be misled that this is only
entering a very dangerous territory.
That this is only an assault on the lower judiciary. Sanju Verma, when Afzal Guru was hanged, what did we hear? It was judicial execution. What did we hear in the aftermath of Yaqub Memon case? Owaisi even refuses to accept the Ayodhya verdict. So they have a problem with the judiciary, not just lower judiciary.
You know, Pranesh, taking off from what Ishkaran said, let me put a few facts out there for the benefit of your audience. This entire victimhood narrative that Musalman Bharat mein khatre mein hai, that is a whole lot of balderdash. And I'll tell you why. पहले तो बात करते हैं पाकिस्तान की. In Pakistan, about 3-4 decades back, there were 20,000 Sikhs. हिंदुओं की तो मैं बाद में बात करूंगी. Today there are less than 2,000 Sikhs. In Afghanistan, in the 1980s, there were 200,000 seats. And when the Taliban took over Afghanistan in 2021, there were just 200 seats. 2 लाख से सिर्फ 200 सीट्स जिनको भारत बचाकर मोदी सरकार किसी तरह लेकर आई when there was mayhem in Afghanistan. Now look at Bangladesh. Hindu population was 27%. That is today down to less than 9%. Look at Karachi. During partition 1947-48 के दौरान Hindu population in Karachi was about 28.29%. Today that is down to 1.7%. तो ये जो नैरेटिव है ना कि हिंदू मुसलमान पर अत्याचार कर रहे हैं भारत में, that is a whole lot of balderdash not only in India but even in neighborhood. Be it Pakistan, Bangladesh, Afghanistan, but now look at West Bengal. About 20 years back, the Muslim population in West Bengal was 1.2 crore. Today, the Muslim population in West Bengal is close to 2.8 crore, which is a 133% increase. Now, let me tell you what the Niti Aayog has said. Niti Aayog came out with a study a couple of months back. If you recall, we've had debates on this, that in the last 40-50 years of post-independent India, the Muslim population has been growing at the rate of 14% per annum. Whereas the Hindu population has been growing only at the rate of between 1.7 to 2.4% per annum. And this 14% growth in Muslim population in India is not entirely organic. It is due to the incoming Rohingyas. It is due to the incoming
Sanju
Persians.
Verma,
It is
look,
due to
the larger point is
Bangladeshi
that
migrants.
even if the population of a community is going down, does not mean you attack the judiciary like this.
Exactly.
What
last
Kamru's... Okay, make your point. Quickly make your
Yes,
point.
last point. I am not surprised by Ram Gopal Yadav's diatribe where he says, अरे पूरे देश में ये छोटे मोटे जो जज हैं, ये सारे देश में छोटे छोटे कोर्ट में ये जो छोटे मोटे जज मौजूद हैं, ये तो देश में आग लगा देंगे, संविधान खत्म कर देंगे, डेमोक्रेसी खत्म कर देंगे. This is the same Ram Gopal Yadav, the uncle of Akhilesh Yadav. इनके अखिलेश यादव ने क्या कहा था 2014 में? एक जर्नलिस्ट ने पूछा था कि 2 छोटी बच्चियों का बालिया में, एक 5 साल की, एक 11 साल की, they were sisters, उनका रेप हो गया, कुछ बोलेंगे? अखिलेश यादव मुड़कर क्या कहते हैं? Very shamelessly and brazenly to the journalist, अरे लड़कियों का गैंग रेप हुआ है ना, आपके साथ तो सब सही है ना, आपका रेप तो नहीं हुआ. अरे ऐसे नेता आज हमें नैतिकता पर भाषण देंगे.
And then